Welcome to the Underground.
Turn me up, bitch!
My Little Underground with Peter A.
It's My Little Underground. I'm Peter A. Make sure you're listening anywhere you get podcasts. And you can follow me on socials at MLU Pod. And you can visit my website for playlists and My Little Underground archives over at peteraradio.com. It is 2021, anticipated the fourth installment of the series, where I go through some albums, singles, EPs, and artists that I think that are going to put out some stuff this year. And we're going to focus on a lot of summer stuff that's been announced and just a few other things that I believe that might come out, and of course some things that have a definite release date. And without wasting any time with some pointless small talk, ready to get right into it, starting with Miss Courtney Barnett. She's one of my favorite artists right now, and she's put out some of the best albums of the last 10 years or so. She announced her first album in 3 years, Things Take Time, her last album being 2018's Tell Me How You Really Feel. And this album gets better every time I hear it. Now, when I first heard it, when it first came out, I liked it, but I didn't love it yet. But as time went on, I started to love it, and now I'm obsessed with it. And I'm really looking forward to this next album, Things Take Time, coming out November the 12th. 10 tracks. Perfect. That's perfect. There's a lot of albums these days that overstay their welcome. And Courtney Barnett never had that problem, thankfully. And she's given us a little taste of Things Take Time with Ray Street, the first track on the album. And it is phenomenal. Exactly what you would expect from Miss Courtney Barnett. Folk influenced indie rock. And it's tender, it's relaxing, and it sets your mind at ease. And that's what Courtney does best. Moving on to Chicago, Bunny. They announced their debut album, Everything, coming to us August the 20th. They just inked with New York City's Fire Talk Records. They're a 4-piece out in Chicago, and they put out 2 promising singles, my favorite being Time Walk and the other Ambulance. And what's interesting about these 2 tunes, they sound nothing alike. Makes me very excited for the album. I expect a lot of twists and turns, so look out for Bunny. Everything. The album is out August the 20th. Staying in New York City, Mr. Dave East, one of my favorite rappers right now, and he's got a new EP, Hoffa, coming to us July the 30th. And this is produced entirely by Mr. Harry Fraud. And I think these 2 work very, very well together. The last time we heard from these 2 was Maneuver from Dave's Paranoia EP back in 2017. Harry Fraud is a great, great producer. And I think Dave East has found his producer. Killer Mike has a LP. You know, MF Doom had Madlib, and I think Dave East has Harry Fraud. I think they should do a lot more together. And they showed us their first single from this project, Diamonds. And if you know Harry Fraud, you know Dave East, you know exactly what to expect. Soulful samples, soulful production, with some gritty street lyrics from Mr. Dave East. Wonderful stuff. Looking forward to Hoffa at the end of July. Nyala, LA bred, Brooklyn based artist, former My Little Underground guest, just welcomed us with a brand new single, or just gifted us. I think that's a better way to say that. OU, and this tune celebrates blackness with a spotlight on black femmes. It's an anthem of sorts. It is wonderful. And when I'm listening to this tune, I don't feel like it's an artist in a studio recording a song to put out and to do music industry things. I just picture an outdoor festival full of black queers just being themselves, just being open. I picture this tune being played at various Pride festivals. It is, it's a bit of an overused term, but it is an anthem. Listen for yourself. We're staying in New York City. I don't know if you noticed, there's a theme going on here. Not intentional. I'm a New Yorker, and I gotta support my New York artists, but it just so happens to be, it's just by accident, there's a lot of great music from New Yorkers that's coming out this year. Water From Your Eyes, former My Little Underground guests. Hopefully they'll be on later this year to talk about their brand new album. Structure is coming to us August 27th on Wharf Cat. And Nate, Amos, and Rachel Brown, two creative people. They're just, exactly, there's no words to describe them. They make a lot of, I'd say it's pop and dance tunes turned inside out. That's the best way to describe Water From Your Eyes if you've never heard them. And they left us with two great teasers for this album. When You're Around, in quotations. Go listen and go pre-order the album, because after hearing these tunes, I'm sold. And I actually did pre-order the album on vinyl. So very excited for this album and for these two. And Nate is going to be quite busy in 2021 because he just announced a brand new project with Lily Kongisberg of Palberta. They have a new project called My Idea, and the EP is coming to us July the 30th. They gave us two great teasers, Stay Away Still and That's My Idea. And this project is going to be put out on Seattle's Hardly Art, which is huge. You got Taco Cat out there. You got La Luz on that label too. So My Idea is in great company. Again, staying in New York City, we got Binki, and he's one of the most promising acts coming out of New York City. Over the past 2 years or so, even pre-COVID, he was putting out singles after singles, and including this year, we have Revolve and Clay Pigeon, and he finally announced an EP, Motor Function. It's coming to us August the 13th. And I'm so glad a lot more shows are being announced. And if you haven't had the pleasure of seeing Binki before COVID, do yourself a favor. He is a great performer, and sky is the limit for this dude. I'm looking forward to the brand new EP this August. Combo Chimbita, one of the most exciting New York City bands. Had the pleasure of seeing them twice pre-COVID. They just unleashed a brand new single, their first output in about 2 years. It's called Mujer Jaguar. I think I'm pronouncing that right. This tune is a ferocious call to the spirits beyond. It is so tribal. It is so cathartic. It is a must listen. It's tons of energy. It's auditory caffeine. And they haven't announced a new EP or an album yet. They did announce some shows at Elsewhere. And it makes me think that an album is around the corner. And it's been 2 years, and I am ready for more Combo Chimbita. And again, just like Binki, if you haven't seen Combo Chimbita live and you're vaccinated and you're comfortable going to shows, oh man, please go see Combo Chimbita. You will not regret it at all. Again, another New York City artist, Homeboy Sandman, and he is on fire. The last 3 or 4 years, he's been putting out banger after banger after banger. Since the last Lice EP that he did with A$AP Rock back in 2017, he's been putting out great full-length albums in between that, like 2018's Humble Pie with Eden, and 2019's Dusty, and 2020's Don't Feed the Monster. And he kicked off 2021 with a great single, Ask Anyone, with his Lice tag team partner A$AP Rock. Just got the vinyl recently. It's amazing. It's probably one of the best hip-hop tribute songs celebrating the late, great MF Doom. If you haven't heard it, please go listen to it. And he announced another EP, brand new EP this year, Anjelitu, that's coming to us August the 6th. It's produced entirely by A$AP Rock, and I know on this show, especially on the last few 2021 anticipated shows. I have been putting it out into the universe for another Lice collaboration, another Lice album, another Lice EP, because I really enjoyed Ask Anyone, and I guess my calling was half answered. We're getting some sort of a Lice collaboration because A$AP Rock is producing this entirely new Homeboy Sandman EP, and the teaser tunes are extraordinary. He gave us Go Hard and the vegan anthem No Beef, and this tune has a remarkable Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh sample. A$AP Rock samples Lottie Dottie. Go listen to it, and if you heard it, you probably would not want to eat meat after hearing it. Homeboy Sandman is very convincing in his argument as to why you should stay away from meat. And I'm a meat eater. I do enjoy a good burger, good fries, maybe a milkshake every now and then. But after hearing this song, it's like I kind of feel bad after, enjoying a burger. I think I was listening to this song while I was eating a burger too. So it tells you a lot about me. Yet another great New York City outfit, which I have been very excited for. IGBO, their New York City funk outfit. They just dropped a brand new single, Attitude. This is their first single in over a year. The last new tune that we've heard from them was The Foundation, which is a Bandcamp exclusive from the New York City, the NYC Sides Volume 1 compilation put together by former My Little Underground guest, Raya Was. And this new tune, Attitude, you guessed it, it has tons of attitude. A very groovy bass line and some sassy brass. And this tune, the energy of this band is kept lively throughout the 6 minutes and 51 second runtime. If you listen to this tune, you don't feel its length. And that is a testament of a true song that goes beyond what you might consider a normal song runtime would be. It goes way beyond what a radio edit would be. It's not meant to be spun on the radio. It's just meant to be cranked in your car and just played at a summer barbecue over and over again. And IGBO has not announced another album. The last project they put out was 2 years ago. They haven't announced a new EP or nothing like that. I don't think they've even announced shows yet. But this tune has got me feeling that they have something around the corner. And I'm going to keep my eyes and ears wide open for that. So looking forward to seeing what IGBO has in store for us. Anxious Hum, Long Island bred, currently based out in LA. You might have seen him on HBO Max's Generations and even some cricket commercials. Me and my brother Smiley Arriaga grew up with Anxious Hum. We all went to the same elementary school. And I remember going to a WWE SummerSlam in 2018. They played some promos in between the matches on the big screen at the Barclays Center. And I saw a cricket commercial, and I saw Anxious Hum on the screen. And I'm like, oh my God. I think I texted Smiley. I was like, oh my God, that's Sid. They're in a cricket commercial. Amazing. And Anxious Hum is also a musician in his own right. He put out a brand new single this year, War. And to me, it's a very creative take on the emo sound. And recently, he posted some pictures in the studio with producer Billy Menino, who's worked with Answering Machine, Oso Oso, and Small Data. So I'm looking forward to seeing what these two have in store. So pay attention to Anxious Hum. Learn that name. Lots to come. Going out to LA, staying in LA, Dummy, former guest on the show, Mr. Joe Trainer, and they just finished mixing their debut full-length album. So it's a matter of time before we get something, a new single announcement. They've been announcing some shows in the LA area, so if you're in LA, please check out Dummy. They put out 2 phenomenal EPs in 2020. They're must listens, and if there are any tapes available, pick them up because they're moving fast. They might be all gone. I don't know. Check their Bandcamp. See what's there. Old Man of the Woods. Now, this project of Miss Miranda Elliott from Richmond, Virginia, also another My Little Underground alumni, is one of my favorite artists on Brian Brookman's Totally Real Records. The Dissolve EP from 2020 is phenomenal, and I have the feeling that more is coming from Old Man of the Woods because she put out Twirl earlier this year in celebration of Mother's Day, as well as a remix EP. So I think we're going to hear a lot more from the Fungus, and I'm all ears. I cannot wait. Huge fan of Old Man of the Woods. Yola, one of the coolest acts in country right now, announced her sophomore album, Stand For Myself. That's coming to us July the 30th. She put out 3 singles so far this year: Starlight, Stand For Myself, and Diamond Studded Shoes. I think Diamond Studded Shoes is probably my favorite of the 3 so far because it has a lot of energy. It's very boisterous, and it has a lot of life to it, and it's very sugary. And it's a lot more sugary than Yola's previous work, which is cool. I guess she wants to have a lot more fun this time around. She wants, I guess, more bounce. I guess when shows start opening up, I guess she wants people to dance a little bit more. But I do expect some more, stripped down pieces similar to her last album. But I do expect also a balance of energy and kind of, subtlety. So looking forward to some new Yola music. I really believe in Yola, and every time when people say, "Oh, country music is whatever," half of what those people might say are true. I'm not a huge fan of a mainstream country at all, because there's a lot of, I think it's if you turn on country radio, it's very, very aggressively white and male, which is not country at all. It's actually very black. And so I'm glad we have Yola here to kind of tell people what's what and set people straight in that regard when it comes to country. And last but not least, we have another group that I really, really believe in, and it's Meet Me at the Altar. And they just inked a deal with Fueled by Ramen, and they just recently announced a brand new EP, Model Citizen, and that's coming to us August the 13th. And they've announced big tours and festival dates recently leading up to the announcement of this new EP. They're playing Riot Fest this fall, and they're also opening up for bands like big bands like All Time Low and A Nothing Nowhere. And they also have a Hot Topic deal. You can get a Meet Me at the Altar shirt at your local Hot Topic. And I should actually try to scope out my local Hot Topic to see if they have a Meet Me at the Altar shirt. But here's the thing about Meet Me at the Altar. Their sound, their influence, they're influenced by bands and a certain sound that I do not like at all. Their sound is reminiscent of a lot of modern 21st century bands that play at Warped Tour. And it's not my cup of tea at all. This new pop punkish, not new, it's been around for a while, but it's never been my cup of tea. Well, they're opening up for a band like All Time Low, which I don't listen to. It's not really my sound, but they're just great. Meet Me at the Altar, they have so much, there's something to them that a lot of these other pop punk-ish Warped Tour-like bands do not have. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's relatability that I'm seeing people of color doing this, and I think, there's a relatability there, because I feel like with some of these pop punk bands, there's just this layer of privilege there I just don't connect to at all. I just don't connect to some of those bands at all, sonically too. But Meet Me at the Altar, even though their sound is very Warped Tour like, I do like their music and I do believe in them, and I'm very excited about this new EP, Model Citizen, and I think the sky is the limit for this group as well, especially being into a band like Fueled by Ramen, which Paramore has been a part of, which is massive. So I definitely can see that happening. Either Haley Williams or a Paramore Meet Me at the Altar show down the line. We'll see. Or maybe even a collaboration, putting that out into the universe. That would be pretty big too. So, yeah, that's it right now. This is a lot more stuff that I'm looking forward to this year. We're wrapping up the 4th installment of 2021 Anticipated. I'm Peter A. You've been listening to My Little Underground. You can listen wherever you get podcasts, and check out the archives and some playlists I've made over at peteraradio.com. All right? Happy listening, and later days.